There's an epidemic right now where people estranging their families. People starting to realize that this narrative that you always need to be family no matter what, blood, you know what I'm saying, is thicker than water. Um, we're family no matter what, no matter how much the situation is toxic, no matter how much, betrayal goes on, no matter how much the disrespect and the abuse. A lot of people go through abuse in families, but we've been told for generations, our bloodlines have been told we're family no matter what. And a lot of people are starting to wake up and realize I don't have to take this. I don't have to tolerate being disrespected, being abused, the mental health crisis that's involved in it. And sometimes what goes on in families is even spiritual. There's spiritual attacks in families to where some of your family members can disrupt your life. They can ruin your life in different ways. They'll attempt to block you. They'll attempt to sabotage you. They'll attempt to bring you down. If you're at work or at school, or if you're in an organization, it won't be anybody at work or in an organization. It could be somebody from your family to come in and spread lies about you to disrupt what you have going on. And I thought about this. I said, damn, this is crazy. Because little by little, there's been some family I've been having to pull away from. And a lot of people see, a lot of times, the core of your problems, the root of a lot of your problems, it doesn't come from the outside world. It comes from the environment that you were raised in. Your first years when you came into the world, the things that you were subjected to, the behavior, the mistreatment, abuse, how you were trained to think, how you were trained to see the world, your self-esteem, how you were trained to see yourself. This all came from your family environment. And a lot of people are realizing a lot of the issues that they have, addictions, depression, anxiety. Some people have been through SA, even finances. Like some of your family might have been messing with your finances or withholding finances from you. Probably money due to, or money owed to you that some of your family may have been withholding from you. And so it's like a lot of people realizing it's better and safer to separate yourself from your family so that you can have a peace of mind. Your mental health can be better, right? Your social life can be better, even though you're not with family. And there's a stigma around that to say, who are you to be a person that doesn't have a connection with your family? Society for a long time looked down on that because you're seen as less civil. You're no longer a civilized person in society because how can you walk around not having a connection with your family, going to reunions, going to events, barbecues, birthdays, celebrations, and even funerals? How is it possible for you to do that and function and call yourself a citizen or an adult or just a person in society? But a lot of people are waking up and they're saying, I would rather protect my peace and live a good life than to continue to tolerate the sometimes it's unbearable abuse. Sometimes the abuse you face from your family is so bad that they leave you no choice but to get away from them. It's an epidemic of people not even speaking to their mothers, separating themselves from their families and moms. And it's crazy because I feel like I don't know if it's something in the universe. I don't know if it's something if it's TikTok or just there's a psychological shift. There's an intellectual shift happening in the world right now, especially in America, where a lot of people realize that's it. We're realizing the truth. We're waking up to things that we probably never even thought of even before. We're challenging philosophy, life philosophy on you have to make sure family is there. At least blood relatives, not your own family. You wouldn't abandon your own family, especially as a man. But, siblings, aunts, uncles that are toxic, parents that are toxic. A lot of people are realizing, I can't do this anymore. I can't take this anymore. And you're realizing that is a breakthrough. It's a midlife crisis in itself. Because I think, on your journey, a lot of good things happen in life. We work, we make money, we get educated, we get into relationships. But a lot of times there's always problems. But when you really look at it, the core and the root of your problems can oftentimes be your own family. And if you don't get rid of the problems that surround your life, it could cause your demise. It could become your greatest downfall. It's something serious that we got to pay attention to. I think family is so important, especially for Black people, because there's such an attempt and agenda a lot of times to separate us, our families. Our families were separated for a long time. I feel like society, through images, tries to separate us in relationships. But you have to know what to decipher or who to filter out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some family members that are loving and care about you and love you and don't intend to abuse you. Don't think because we're just family, I can abuse you and degrade you and treat you like shit, but we're still supposed to be family. Some family members understand respect, but some just have this sense of entitlement. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's an entitlement to where, because we're blood, because I was around you when you grew up, because it's my air conditioning, because because I raised you, because I fed you, because I knew you when you were younger, because I had authority over you as a parental figure or as an adult figure. I can treat you however I want to treat you. That's really what they think. And this generation is not going with it. And you don't have to go with it. And that's one thing I realized, man. I got rid of titles. A lot of people they're entitled by the title. You know what I'm saying? Like, they feel like because they hold a title in your life, childhood friend. Schoolmates, classmates, family member. We're in the same organization. We're Black, or we're both white, or whatever community you're from. A lot of people think because of this title that a lot of these titles make people assume that because we have an attachment, or because we belong in the same space, whatever it may be, like I said, maybe family, organization, school, this, that, whatever, we're on the same basketball team, football, that it's like you owe me. Because I know you and we have an attachment, because of this thing that creates this title, you owe me. When I ask you for something, you better give it to me, or else I'm going to shame you, and I'm going to call you out, and I'm going to tell everybody that this, and that, try to make you look bad, because this title makes them feel entitled to you, to your energy, to your mind, to your resources, to your finances, to things that you might get. You might get a car, you might get an apartment, a house, and a lot of people feel like, well, I did this for you. You owe me. I've had people tell me this before. You owe me. Oh, what? What you mean you owe me? You owe me. I did this for you. We family. What? And as I've been studying this, like family estrangement, relationships in general, I do a lot of I don't want to say it's weird studying. I'm not gonna do that, but studying things that most people overlook. When you build yourself up, especially with your own hands, and you grind every day, and you really build skill, you develop yourself, etc., you don't owe anyone anything. You don't really owe anyone anything. It's a kind gesture when you offer someone something, or you help someone, but you don't have to. And that's what people have to realize. Protect your health. Protect your mental health, your emotional well-being, your spiritual self. You have to protect your energy, because this affects how we live, how we function, the relationships that we can create or destroy, right? The decisions we make, and even our finances. Deal with your family members accordingly, and don't let anybody play with you. It may not be everybody, but it's some people. Check them.